to say the thing you're not supposed to say.
Let's talk about marriage.
They have like a 2-second rebound rate and you're back doing the next pain in the ass thing.
Parenting. Oh my gosh.
They have sucked the pretty right out of me. They treat me like it, and I do their laundry. Lucky me.
Sex.
I'm caught between two evils. I generally like to take the one I never tried.
Scary stuff like ghosts. I know, it's totally out of left field, but just go with me on this.
Boo, you whore.
Love.
I give you what you need. That's all. I'm talking about taking care of each other the best you can. What's wrong with taking care of a woman? She takes care of you.
Friendships.
We get our necklace says best friends forever.
You sure you want it to say forever? I don't think you guys will be best friends forever, no offense, but sometimes you grow apart. And maybe she'll find a new best friend. They end up doing everything together.
This is why I have no friends. We're just gonna go with it. I'm really excited to talk to you.
Well, so you can see the office.
Well, listen, because we're gonna, well, not even because of privacy's sake. You just say you wore just a hoodie and rolled out of bed and you don't want to be on camera today.
There you go. Perfect.
We can't see your office, but I will tell you that it looks like any behind you run-of-the-mill office. Now, what you'll see if you're watching full episodes on the YouTube channel is you're going to see information about a very interesting place that I did not even know existed. Somebody told me about it and I was instantly fascinated. So let's just jump right into it. I'm talking to Chris. She is the manager. Chris, why don't you just introduce yourself?
I am the property manager of Mountain Air Ranch Family Nudist Resort located in Littleton, Colorado.
So I have never seen a family nudist resort.
So
I've seen like nude beaches, and we all know about that kind of stuff, but I've never seen anything targeted at like a family vacation location.
Well, we're more of a club than we are a resort, just so you know. Resort's in the name.
Okay.
But we are a member of what's called ANAR, which is American Association of Nude Recreation.
Oh.
And ANAR has lots of clubs, hundreds around the world, and they are all family oriented. So the difference is we are nothing about sex.
Yeah.
All about the freedom to be nude. The freedom, and you'll see, especially with children, they're naturals. They don't care. They don't care if they have scars. They don't care if they're chunky, if they're skinny. They don't care. They're just them.
They're free.
Mm-hmm.
That's really interesting of you to say, because I think that when people think of nudist resort, I know you say it just has resort in the name, but anything nudist, people automatically leap to orgies and naked people everywhere, and it's absolutely not. It's sometimes that way.
Not it.
If you're wanting to look for that, do not go to Mountain Air Ranch, because
but I can send you in the direction of that if you want.
Okay, so on her screen right now, there will be other No, I'm just kidding. But tell me about the experience. So this has to also be, I've been reading a lot about nudist camps. There are nudist RV sites where you can travel the country and you can park places, and people feel free this way. Do you see it more? And I hope this question isn't too convoluted, but do you see more people who were raised in this culture versus people who are just like, I am at the end of my rope, I don't want to wear clothes anymore, let's try something new?
I'm going to tell you it's a mix. There are people here that the parents were members. Now the wife and husband are members, or the daughter and husband are members, and they have 3 children, and they're all here as members. So I know of another particular member, Chuck, and Chuck's parents brought him here, and he is now in his 70s.
Well, how old did he start going?
We're 90 years old next summer. We've been here.
Stop.
No, I'm not. No kidding.
Okay, so here's my question, Chris. How do you go from living in a world where you are, of course, expected? There's this social norm where you can't let your boobie hang out anywhere. Damn it. And there's this social norm. How do you go from that? To me, what I think about is I think about those videos where you put cats on or boots on cats, and they're just like so uncomfortable. Would you say that is
no, it's the exact opposite. The second you walk in the gate, you're uncomfortable if you're the only one dressed.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, do you feel like once you've gone naked, the idea of putting clothes back on is so restrictive?
It doesn't have anything to do with the clothes. It has to do with the freedom. Hold on, I've got a customer.
Oh, pause, girl. I'm an editing queen. Okay. So you just had to take a little bit of a pause there.
Yes.
I eavesdropped a little bit. You were mentioning some things like, is this something that you want to do? Are you interested in doing? I won't say the name of the person you were talking to, obviously, but you said, are you here to soak today? Are you here? Soak. So tell me some amenities if you plan a trip. Say you decide what the heck, we're just going to go for it. We're going clothing free. It's in Littleton, Colorado, and we're just going to go let our freak flag fly and truly just live natural.
So we have a beautiful facility here. 150 acres ish. It's 148.9. So
people probably feel very safe, secluded.
We've got 7 outbuildings. We're in a box canyon, a lodge, which has 5 rental rooms.
What's an outbuilding? Like an outhouse?
Buildings, just buildings.
Just a building.
Okay, 150 acres, 7 buildings, clubhouse, lodge. This is the office and gatehouse, community kitchen, Adam and Eve bathhouse, sauna building. I'm missing one. Okay, so we have a workout area, we have a pool, a hot tub, a dry wet sauna. So 10 miles of hiking trails.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Think about it. You can hike naked and not get in trouble.
My God, Chris, that sounds amazing. I almost want to go hiking. Almost being the key there, Chris.
Almost.
Naked hiking. I don't know. That seems so. So how many people come just as a couple?
So we have members.
Okay. Yeah, let's backtrack. I'm sorry, Chris. Let's backtrack. Can you tell me how to become a member? I'm asking for a friend.
Absolutely. Sure you are. So your first visit, if you live within 90 miles of us, is free of grounds fees.
What does that mean?
Grounds fees. So if you're not a member, and you're just a visitor, most of the time you would pay grounds fees, 20 on weekdays or 40 on weekends and holidays.
Okay. Is that like parking?
It's to use all the facilities. It's to use the pool and the hot tub and hike on our trails, whatever.
Got it. Okay. So it's a membership almost like a gym, only it's naked.
Yeah.
So how many people do you get in, Chris, who come in thinking it's something completely different? Maybe they didn't do their Googling the right way. Because again, a family nudist, that's something you don't see as often as just a regular, hedonism thing.
We vet them at the front door. So there's a gate out there. You can't get past that gate.
Yeah, but it's not like they're going to show up with a ball gag in their mouth. I mean, like, how do you vet someone?
We have what's called the standard of conduct, and everybody has to read and sign it. And it says no overt sexual behavior, no photography. I mean, it states what our rules are.
Yeah.
And if you get caught breaking our rules, I will grab you by the scruff of your neck and drag you to the front gate and help you exit.
First of all, Chris, I feel very safe with you. You are my safe person.
Thank you. You should, because I will not tolerate BS.
Well, and okay, so here's another question. In the age of cell phones, are those allowed on the premises?
Absolutely, but I have confiscated them.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you once or twice I've seen one go to the bottom of the pool.
Oh, Chris,
Just saying.
That's some justice, right?
I dropped it.
And then so here's my Chris, I'm so sorry. I'm just pegging you with so many different questions because I find this to be just fascinating. When you do you have anybody who's like a pretty regular member and then they just slowly turn to the more pervy side of what it should be and they have to be asked to leave?
That doesn't happen.
Normal, and then kind of not normal, but somebody that starts on one road and then starts veering another way. What do you do?
Very seldom does that happen. In fact, I can't think of any member that's ever happened with. Visitors are our problem. Visitors, and so we have committees. We have what's called our membership committee. It is made up of 12 members that have been full members for no less than 2 years. So they know our rules, know what we're about. Those people are vetting our future members. They have to get 6 signatures of the 12. It goes in front of the committee. If somebody couldn't make it through this maybe 2-month-long vetting process, their membership won't be approved. Okay? But the visitors are the ones, they're my problem.
So is it
not members?
Okay. So the members, there's somebody, let's again think of a gym. That's more mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
So that's somebody that comes in, they scan their card. You know them. Hey, Steve, how you doing? Enjoy your swim today. Whatever. Mm-hmm. It's the people who get a day pass and they say, I'd like to go naked hiking with my lover. Where you're like, I got to keep a good eye on that person.
Yep.
That's what you're saying. There are two, you don't have to become a full-on member. You can just pay a daily fee.
You do if you live within 90 miles. You can only visit us 3 times.
Oh.
As a 501c7, which is a non-for-profit social club, 70% of our income has to come from our members.
Oh, okay.
The way we regulate that is by saying if you live within 90 miles of us, you get 3 visits, and then you have to apply for membership or you can't visit us ever again.
And I bet by 3 naked hikings, they are sold, Chris.
I have people apply after their first 20 minutes here.
Really?
I've sent people up to the pool to enjoy a day at the pool, and they come down 15, 20 minutes later, and they say, can we have an application?
Really?
Yep.
What's the ratio of people who come and they're just coming for a day pass and they sign up? Is that pretty high?
No, that's probably in the 20 to 30% range, because other people visit us from out of state, from other Anar clubs. If you're from out of state, you're not required to become a member. We do like you to be a member of Anar because then we know that you already understand the rules.
So if you are a member, do you get anything special, like a special area, a special restaurant, a special that's only for members?
Nope.
Or no?
Nope. The whole place. So I'm sure you can understand that we're kind of seasonal. We're open year round for our members.
Right.
And our pool is still open right now. Our hot tub's open year round. My favorite thing to do is to sit in the hot tub in the middle of the winter in a snowstorm.
Naked?
I love it. Yes. Love it. The snow's coming down and it makes this crunchy sound around the pool.
It is really good. I mean,
it's just gorgeous.
The naked sounds really like freeing. Can you tell me a little bit about the process of getting all the paperwork that has to be? And I mean, what are the violations and health code? And is it any different than if you were to just open up a community center? Because there's just a thin
The only difference is nudists always sit on their own towel. That's hygiene. It's all about hygiene.
Ooh, good to know for my friend.
Can I take a 2-second break and go run a
Go to the bathroom, go whatever. I'm going to write down more questions.
Run a check for this guy.
I love her. She's so great.
Okay, I can do this at the same time. So,
Go.
to tell you a little bit about it, I've got to tell you that we're not the only ones in the state. There's a place called Valley View Hot Springs, also known as Orient Land Trust.
Ooh, Chris is opening up. Tell me, girl.
And that was where my first nudist experience was. My husband has been a lifelong nudist. And he took me to Orient Land Trust back in the 90s. And
It was called, I'm sorry. It was called Orient Land
Trust, also known as Valley View Hot Springs.
And where was that at?
It's in the San Luis Valley. So it's down by, kind of by Crestone. That's the biggest town down there. Crestone or Moffett in the San Luis Valley. So it's in the center south mountains.
Okay.
Here in Colorado.
Is it by somewhere I know, like the mall or a Taco John's or?
It's down road GG.
So
that's all I got for you.
You would say it is very secluded. To get to the actual area, how far off from the public do you block that off so people can't go and just sit in their car, watch people hike down a trail right in front of them all naked?
Well, we're a box canyon, so it's not a problem for us.
Oh, yeah. That's
Orient Land Trust, I think that road going out to them is 7 miles of dirt road to get there.
Oh, wow.
So by the time you're out there,
a lot of
you're out there.
You're out there. Okay. Here's a question I have for you. Do you get a lot of people who show up and they're like, oh, I can't do it. I can't. Do you get everybody that leaves because they can't do it? Do you have people who have to be hyped up? Like, I got to do it. I can do it. I can do it.
So a couple things that we do, and it's mostly with women. Okay.
Okay.
I'd say you can become a member of the sarong club. And so you can wrap in a sarong. And now you're not having to drag a towel with you every time you want to sit down either, because you can sit on your sarong. And what I have found is that slowly but surely, all of a sudden the sarong starts to leave.
You just forget
as they get their comfort level.
Okay. Do you ever have anybody who never gets to their comfort level?
Yeah, and then they just don't come back.
That's it. It's just not their thing. They tried
it. It's at all.
Not their thing. Who would you say, if somebody who has never tried it before is out there listening, what would be, and they're a little trepidatious about this, how insane, how crazy. We went to the Olive Garden on Sunday. This is an outlandish idea. How would you say, it's really okay?
It is okay. And the people here are so caring and nurturing, understanding, that I would say 85% or better of the people that visit us figure that out right away.
Yeah.
And figure out the whole concept of it being freeing.
And then
there's probably 5 or 10% in there. This isn't the right place for them. We figure that out pretty quick.
Yeah.
You can only be asked the same question a different way so many times before you realize that all they're doing is shock factor. They're trying to get you to answer the question.
What's the point? Explain that to me like I'm 5.
Okay. Hi. What you delivering to me?
My son.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Do you need a signature? Chris. CHRIS. This is what my life is like in the fall and winter, just so you know, Sadie.
Now, Chris is literally working right now in the office. So, I mean, people think of it's a nudist colony. They think of the nudity. There's a whole system of checks and balances. I'm watching Chris. She's signing for packages. He's telling people where to get the towels so they can go have a nice soak. I don't know. It sounds pretty great, Chris.
It is. It's a great job. I'd say not exactly what my mom thought I'd do for the rest of my life, but
that's okay. Those are the best kinds of jobs.
It's a really fulfilling job. I've been the manager now for 11 years. A member for 23. So,
you know what you're talking about.
And I'm going to tell you, I wouldn't be the manager here if the people. I work for my friends, which is the craziest thing ever.
Yeah.
Because you never want to disappoint your friends.
Uh-oh.
And I am the manager here because my friends took care of me when my husband got sick. I have this job so I can take care of him and take care of my friends. Isn't that crazy?
Chris, you just went into Uber driver territory here because you just pivoted, and I am now wondering what
Yep.
you work there so you can take. Okay, so
my husband had a stroke in 2014.
Okay,
fairly catastrophic. He has no memories left. Okay.
Oh God, Chris, I'm so sorry.
It's been a long time. I'm good, and I have a great life.
He's the one that got you into the lifestyle originally.
Correct.
The stroke.
Correct.
Okay.
And he was still in the hospital, and I called a friend here, and I said, "Hey, we might want to get a group together to come visit him. This is kind of crazy. He's putting ketchup on his chocolate pudding. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's lost his mind." And the friend told me, they fired the manager yesterday.
What?
And
why the manager got fired? Why?
He was terrible. He was terrible. And I wasn't thinking, well, I had a big job. I sold produce, like $14 million worth of produce. I had school districts and things like that.
Wow.
And I called my job and I said, I need to take some time.
So wait, you quit selling produce and you went to do this because financially it was more money and you could take care of your husband, or because you could be with your husband?
The opposite. I took a huge pay cut, and I did it because I could take care of him, and they let me do my own hours. And
wow.
Yeah, they've taken care of me.
My God. You want to try to be naked and go hiking and go to a really caring place?
Yep.
You're going to want to go.
It is unbelievably caring.
And it's like a family, huh?
Yep. Just gave him his check.
Bye. I don't want to be on your show, dear God. So before no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It is an unbelievably caring place. And I'm going to tell you that the closest and best friends I've ever made in my life are here.
Really? Mm-hmm. And you all just have seen each other naked and it's not taboo.
Can I have you open the gate when I come through just in a second?
Done deal.
My thingy's in my other jacket.
Done deal.
Uh-oh. It's in his other jacket. What jacket?
He's on his motorcycle today. But
it's not his other jacket. Yes.
It is crazy. And we do so many fun things.
What do you do? What do you offer?
We have at least 10 dances a year. And you haven't seen a party until you see 100 naked dancing people. Our dance floor is full We just had our Halloween party, and it was called Bones and Buns.
Oh my God.
And the guy who hosted the party just went over the top and decorated our clubhouse. It was beautiful, scary, but beautiful. And then we had about 75 people.
And you were naked?
Yep. Well, some wear costumes.
Don't worry about a costume. Damn it.
Some paint their costumes on.
Ooh.
Yeah. We have a body painting festival every year. We have something called the Glow Dance, and that's body painting with neon paints so that when we put it under black lights, it's crazy.
So so how many members are there?
570.
Okay, so 570 out of all those 570, what's the age range that you see?
We are getting younger. If you had asked me this 2 years ago, I would have said our average age is 60. I'm going to tell you that our average age now is somewhere in the 50s or maybe the upper 40s.
Stop. Why do you think that is, Chris?
I think it's because we're fun.
Yeah, we want to hang out with you. We want to hang out naked.
We have paddle tennis, bocce. We have horseshoes. Like I said, we have parties. We had a Halloween party for the kids. We got pumpkins for all the kids and carved them with them. Had a costume contest, and then
do you ever get blowback, Chris, about the kids? Does anybody ever come at you or your business and say children shouldn't see these things or these many different people naked? It's not right. People with different views.
Those people don't go into our gates.
But I mean, no. So have you had people that try to protest or call you and give you a hard time?
In our history, probably. In fact,
it's not a regular thing.
No. Once they get here, now we have rules in place. It's that simple. Good rules. Parents can bring their kids, but they can't bring their friends unless their parents have provided approval.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
You can't just, show up here and do whatever.
So wait, what if somebody signs on? What would you do in this? Chris, is a quick fire. What do you do?
Ooh.
Someone signs on and they are loving the nudist life, but then slowly they start wearing socks, and then they start wearing underwear, and then they start wearing a shirt. And then before you know it, they're coming and they're not wearing clothes, but they're seeing all these other naked people. Is that a problem? Would you be like, hey, what are you doing? Are you not? I mean,
so they're not allowed in our pool or our hot tub. So what you're talking about is a voyeur here.
Yes. I think that's what I'm talking about.
And
how many of those do you get?
Not that many. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but because we're self-policed, if there's 70 people laying around the pool, okay?
Yeah.
And there's one person over in the corner who has their shorts on and is just looking around all over the place.
Yeah.
Somebody will report it to me.
Because it's like a family.
Yes. And the second it's reported it to me, I escort them away.
I have to say, Chris, to end this interview, I don't want to take up any more of your time. You have been so great to talk to. And I just have to tell you that this is in one of those categories that is so taboo. And we were talking before we started recording just about, different things, whether it's swinging, whether it's a nudist, whether it's, somehow they all get grouped together, but there's such, I don't want to say there's a shame in it, but it's so secretive. It's so secretive.
I think it's gotten to be less and less over the years. Way back, we didn't have a logo or a sign or anything, because you had to be invited here.
Like secret.
Okay? Yes. But, and you have to think about this. There might be, I don't know, the dean of students or something like that that's a member here. So that's the no photography protects them too, so they can be natural.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing they call it is naturists
Yeah.
versus nudists, and enjoy this lifestyle without losing their job. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. People are afraid of even just talking about. I had to talk to Chris, and I'd say, Chris, we don't got to show your picture. You don't even have to tell me your name. You don't have to tell me. We're just going to talk to somebody who manages this resort and this ranch, and you're so funny. You're like, I don't care about my name. You go ahead and call me my name, and I don't care. We're going to put the logo up. And so I'm going to, as you can see, if you're watching again, the logo is up. I'll also put it online when I post the episode on social media. But it has been really hard to find anybody that wants to talk about anything like this.
You're kidding.
No, it's so hard. You have to go through which I get, because again, there's that fear of like, once I walk through these doors, then I'm exposed, and people are so afraid of being exposed.
So here's something interesting. When I'm in serious work mode, I'm either in a sundress, and it's hot out. Okay. I do have something on because I need to draw a line. If somebody misbehaves, I need to draw a line, and it's almost like my armor. If I'm off the clock and I'm relaxing, or I go to a dance, or I do any of those things, then I can be relaxed about it. And I do get nude. I was a nudist before I was the manager here.
And you started a very long time ago in the nudist community. Now we live in an age with apps where you can just like Google. I Googled you, Chris. I Googled your ass. And then I called, and then you answered. And I'm like, listen to what I'm going to say.
It really is there.
This is so weird, but I want to talk to you. And, another thing why I appreciate you being so open is people are afraid that they're going to get in these conversations, and then there's going to be this sneak attack of like, how dare you? I get that from people anytime there's a sex conversation.
Yeah, but we haven't talked about sex. That's the truth. I mean, because that's not what we're about. My personal philosophy years ago. So by the way, I was a Boy Scout leader. Okay.
Wait, so you went through the whole phase of being married and having children, I take it?
Yes.
Okay, because that would have been weird if you were a Boy Scout leader.
I have two sons.
Okay, so you went through that kind of like vanilla stage in life, or I guess what some would call just the hard stage of life with raising your kids.
Yes, and I was a single mom when I met Gary, and I had never been a nudist. Okay.
Have you ever thought about it? Did you ever think,
it never even crossed my mind. Oh. Never. I mean, I was busy. I was doing what I was supposed to do.
Yeah. Did Gary have kids?
Yes, they do. I'm definitely a grandma. My oldest step grandchild is 22. And my oldest maternal grandchild is 18.
So how old were your kids when you started at being a nudist?
14, 15.
And you had two boys. I have a 16-year-old son, and just me walking by him completely embarrasses him. He's just mortified by everything that I do, for being honest. And so when you said to them, hey, here's something new that I'm thinking of exploring, or did you never say anything?
My philosophy is if I had to hide it, I was doing something wrong.
So you straight up, you did it.
I just said, hey, I tried this out. This was fun. They've all been here on a regular basis. My granddaughter.
Did they blame Gary?
No, there's no blame. I got awesome kids. I got awesome kids.
Of course.
They're not kids, though. They're 36 and 41. Okay, so.
But when you originally told them, what was their reaction to mom all of a sudden wanting to try just being naked more?
It's mom.
So did you keep that separate from home?
Well, we used to live down in Littleton, and we drive up here when we first became members. Gary and I didn't get a site until we had been members for over 7 years.
Yeah.
And they just started coming up. I mean,
yeah,
it was never a discussion.
Okay, so the kids started coming up to the resort, or it's not really a resort, but they started coming up to the ranch, right?
Yep.
But when you were at home, when you would go home at the end of the day, would you be?
You couldn't really be, because you never knew when there were kids coming in and out.
Right. So you didn't become like, mom's fully into this and this is just what
you can't be fully into it at home. Not if you've got teenage boys dragging their friends in and out.
Yeah, that's true. What a bummer.
So,
this is before Ring doorbell, where you could take a look and be like, son of a...
Again. Yeah. No, we just, we know that it's not safe to be free off the property. Because those are different set of rules out there.
Yeah, and those rules are enforced, you know? I mean, it's crazy to me, and I am not comfortable naked. Even like at home, I'm kind of one of those weirdos where like I have to get a towel if I have to jump out of the shower and go to another room. But you know, like you hear these stories about how someone's at home and they're in their bathroom naked and someone walks by and looks up, oh my God, they're naked. And then there's a court case. And then I mean, it's just like insanity to me. I've always thought that's so strange.
You close your curtains now.
Chris, but what would you tell a person like me? I went out of the country to a nude beach and I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to live my life. This was pre-kids, Chris. So, you know, it was high and tight. It was the best time of my life. I should have done it.
I've never been high and tight.
I didn't have kids. Think back, 3 children.
Hey.
I was looking good. And then, so I did. I took it off and I was like, this is so weird. This feels wrong. It feels wrong. And then this like family showed up because it was out of the country, and to other countries, nudity is not a thing. And these kids are like playing football together and they're like 10 and 8. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get like a sex offender, you know, in another country. And oh my God, it was so upsetting. And so I immediately put my clothes back on and I just stayed in a bikini because I don't know. There's this thing about it. It's like, that's wrong. That's how you feel.
So, but it's not how I feel. And it's not how people who become members here feel. One of my favorite moments is hot August day here in the summer. Kids are still out of school and there's just giggling all around. They're having fun all around the pool area. You can hear the kids. There's a playground right there. You can always keep your eye on them. We do not create situations that are unsafe for them, meaning we don't have, you know, a closet in our kids' room or anything like that. We make sure it's nice and open so that there's always eyes taking care of them.
Okay.
And it just becomes natural. Most of the little kids around here call me Nana.
They do?
Yes.
I mean, Naked Nana. Can I call you Naked Nana?
Sure. I don't care. I'm not old enough to be your grandmother.
Oh, well, how dare you? But also, it's incredibly true. Chris, thank you so much for talking to me. And, you know, again, I wanted to talk to you because I can honestly say I've never seen like a family-based nudist vacation area. And I thought, how does that work out? Because you always think of this hedonistic type of situation when it comes to nudity. And so talking to you, Nana, it just makes me feel all warm inside. Like, it's okay to be naked. You're just getting some air. You're getting some air where there might not have been air. And also, who decided one day to wear clothes? What do we got to do that for?
I don't know. I have no idea. It was well before my time. You know, cavemen did it to stay warm.
I'm going to come see you and we'll have a drink. We'll have this conversation.
You should. I make a mean lemon lavender martini.
Okay. And again, you can't see Chris. She's lovely. You're going to adore her, and all of her information, all the information for Mountain Air Ranch is on the screen. And throughout this podcast, I've been putting pictures and information. And Chris, I hope I do get to meet you one day.
Come on down.
But I'm afraid
first visit's free.
First visit's free. Oh, I don't know. Okay, I'll see you Tuesday.
Okay. No, you won't. I won't be here Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay.
You're the best. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Okay.
I hope this turns out well.
I think it's one. You did wonderful, and I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. You have a good day.
You too.